So the first chapter if the entity framework core, and first lesson is the code first approach. Code first approach means we are going to generate the SQL script by first we'll write the code means the models, and based on the models we'll generate the SQL tables in the SQL database. The first, like I created the models like something like this. There will be the product table, one is the customer table, one is the order, it is linked to the customer, like the, and there is the product orders between some order and product. It is the many to many relationship between product and product orders. Okay, these tables we need to generate in SQL Server by the code first approach. Let's go and in the Visual Studio, and let's show how we can create. Okay, let's first create a simple console application. I'm just creating the new project. Let's creating the console app, and ef code first. Okay, click on the next. Choose the framework. So you can see here the project is created, simple console application. Okay, so now I am going to create the 4 different models. First, before this, we need to install the EF core in this project. For installing EF core, just go solution and manage NuGet package. For this solution, and we have to search EF Microsoft Entity Framework Core, and click on the install button. So that is installed. Let's go to create the models. So just I created a new folder. Models. Okay, I'm going to create the class like the similar class. Let's see, create a class. Yeah, I'm creating a class product, and these are the things. I need to create public key. Key is the our, when we want to create the primary key, we need to declare the data annotation key. Name max length 100, it is required field. Price decimal, and we need to create one more class, product order. So generate a product order class. I generated. Now you can see the product order. Let's, I created a class customer class, and customer related to order. I'm just going to generate order class also. Okay, all 4 classes are created. So you can see here I created the different models. ID, if you want to create the primary key, then you need to define key. Required field in the SQL Server, it is make it is not null, and max length will be 100. This is the price. Okay, I can also declare the data type and also the length. We can declare, suppose I want to make here column type column type name equal decimal 18.2, it will be 18.2. And this is the every product has the collection of product orders. So this is the product order, and product order is the id, quantity id is the primary key, product id is the foreign key. So we can define the foreign key, and it is linked to the product table. Order id also a foreign key, it you can define here the foreign key order id and link to the order. And what about customers? Customer is id is the primary key, max length this we can declare here. It is required, last name first name is required, address phone is not required, and its email address, and is linked to the orders table. And in the orders table we connected the customer id as the foreign key. So this is the design of the model. Now we have to declare the db context. Now let's create a different folder here. Suppose I created the folder data or something SQL. I just create a folder data and create a class. Okay, the data in the data folder I creating a class. Now I'm going to create the context. This is simple, like any class name is demo context. I created the demo constant. It is public and it will inherited db context. Okay. Now let's create the db context. These are the db context we created, db set. So what will do, it will, like the db context will be the link between our SQL server and SQL server tables. So we can fetch the all query everything on the this db context tables. It will create the tables in the SQL server. Now we need to configure on configure method. So we need to install one more package here, entity framework.sql server, because we are going to use the SQL server. Okay. Now go here, manage NuGet package and browse entity framework core.sql server. Just need to install this package also. It's installing. Okay. Now let's move back our context. You can see here, now I added the Microsoft framework.sql server. It will be taking the SQL server, and here we need to pass our connection string. Whatever our SQL server connection string we need to pass. Generally, we are not keeping the SQL server connection string in this way. We are keeping either in the config file or app.setting or somewhere. But for testing purpose, demo purpose, I am just keeping here our SQL server connection string details. Now we have to create the migration script. The migration script, how to create? There is the tools. When you go to the tools and you get package manager and package manager console, it will open like this. And just there is the query add migration, and suppose I am doing first time, I am giving the name initial create. This is the very, you can give any name here. This is the command add migration. Let's run this. Okay, so let's add the command and let's see. You can see here migration is completed. So you will see here the one migrations folder will be added here, and this is the initial create. This is the our all migration script will be generated. And this is the our snapshot. Yeah, so we can see in the first customer table these are the all columns, and id key is primary. You can see here it is generating the primary. In the second table products id primary key also generated. Third table orders, it's also generated, and this is the primary key and this is the foreign key. So you can see here whatever defined in the model it generated actually. Okay, and these are the index it's created. Okay, so now migration script is generated. Now we have to run the command update database. What will update database do? It will connect the SQL server, whatever we pass the connection string in the SQL server, and created all the data based on this migration script in the SQL server. Let's run it. Run the command update database. It is started. Build started. Build succeeded, and it will run the whatever the migration script is generated. It will run in the demo database, because in the connection string, what is that? This is a server name, and our initial catalog is the demo database. You can see it's completed. Now let's see in the demo database what will happen. Just go and click on the refresh. Go to the table. You can see here all four tables are created. Let's compare with our model. First, let's go in the product. So there are three column ID, name, and price. Let's go in the SQL Server, products, column, ID, name, and price. You can see ID is the primary key. Similarly, for customer, you can see ID is the primary key, first name, last name, these are. What about orders? ID is the primary key, customer ID is the foreign key. And what about product orders? There are two foreign key, product ID and order ID. So as per your model defined here, it's created here customer, order is the foreign key is the customer ID. As per model defined here is created the database in the SQL. So that is the approach to how to create the SQL server tables or procedures, anything through the code first approach. So what will first we have to do the models, we have to add the models. Then in the DB context, we have to define like this, and on configuring, we have to define our SQL server, and there is the package manager console. We have to apply first app migration. This is the migration folder name. It will create here the migration script. Then we have to run the command update database. It will uh, run the migration to the our define the database, and it will create the tables and all, right? So now guys, you were able to see one more table is created here, EF migration. What is the EF migration history? It will keep the history of the your migration. You can see here the first migration is generated, right? Suppose I made any changes here and then again the script, then it will insert a new row and it will keep the migration ID updated here in this table for the history purpose only. Now let's I'm going to show you how to call the tables through the EF core in the by using the DbContext. Let's first go our program.cs. Now, what the very simple things we need to just I am showing you how to add the data. Suppose I am adding in the product table. So just let's me create the object of your demo context. Okay, I am adding just reference. Just I am adding using so that it will dispose, and I am product. New product I am trying to add. Let's I am creating the object. I suppose I am adding a product t-shirt here. Just I need to add the context dot products dot add. It will add the this detail in the db context session. And what is meaning of dot save changes? Save changes means it will push the data in the SQL server. Let's run this. Yeah, it's run successfully. Now let's go and see here. Let's see. You can see here the product is added here, right? In this way, we can fetch the add the data in the database by using the DB context. In the DB context, we just context dot product dot add and save changes. It will add the records in the database. Yeah, suppose I will run again and just I am changing here jeans is price is 2000 and just I am running again. It will add one more product. You can see here. Yeah, so you can see here the data inserted in the database. The second row is inserted. Okay. Now let's I am trying to fetch the records from the database. Okay. Just removing the code and under the same context I will try to fetch the data from the product database. The list where we will little bit required knowledge in the linky query. Just products context dot products and suppose if you want to add any condition, then we have to write the where condition. Otherwise we just want to add any condition, then you definitely we have to write in where condition. Okay, I am getting fetching the all record, then I added the to list, and for each loop I am fetching the records from the product tables and just writing the product name. Just run it. Let's see what will be the result. You can see the response will come here in the console window. You can see here the t-shirt and jeans, whatever in the database, it's fetching the both records. Okay. Now suppose I want a where condition. Suppose if our name t-shirt name is the t-shirt, then it will just we need to add the where condition where this is the linguist syntax a dot name equal to t-shirt. It will fetch the only one records from the database because only one record whose name is t-shirt in our current db, it will fetch the only one record. Let's see what will be the result. We can see here, just waiting for the response. This is my local system, maybe sometimes it's slow, but yeah, let's run again. You can see here the result is coming like a t-shirt. This is the way we can use the DbContext and entity framework, how we can fetch, how we can save the records. Okay, now I think you guys able to know what is the entity framework, how we can do the code first approach. First we need to create the model. After this DbContext, then we have to do the migration command, and after this we need to add the command like the db update command to run the migration. I think you for watching the video, and if you yeah, thank you for watching the video, and if you have any question, then give me the comment. I will reply as soon as possible. And if you like my video, then please like and subscribe. Thank you.